bring you a special guest with their pets, okay? We do a little pet trivia to get started, and then we have a little animal trivia to get started. Then we have my special guest, and then we have Pets in the News with Cats Roar, and then from there, we wrap everything up and thank everybody for coming and spending the hour with us. So if you're here, thank you for joining me as well. Now, this hour, unfortunately, I will not be addressing any kind of things in the comments or talking to people in the comments because this is about my special guest. Now, after the first 15 minutes, for sure, it's all about them and their pets and how they react with their pets and stuff like that. So if you're new here, it's nice that you stopped in. I appreciate you visiting as well. But we are going to get started this week with a little pet trivia. And the first question I have, it's going to be about tigers today, about tigers. Thank you, Cats Roar. And I'm going to ask you some questions about them, all right? How long do tigers usually live in the wild? How long do tigers usually live in the wild? Is it 15 to 20 years? Is it 20 to 25 years? Is it 25 to 30 years? Or is it 10 to 15? What do you think? 20 to 25 years? Oh, it's not 20 to 25 years. Although I think I would have guessed the same number. 15 to 25? 15 to 20? Nope, it's not 15 to 20. So that means it's either 25 to 30 or 10 to 15. Who's going to go high? Who's going to go low? Hello, Zach. Hello, Columbia. I'm going to go 10 to 15 is correct, Nat. The lifespan of tigers depends on whether they live in captivity or the wild. They can live for 20 to 25 years in captivity because of a regular food supply, medical care, and safety from threats such as poaching or habitat loss. In the wild, though, the average lifespan of a tiger is much less. It is only 10 to 15 years. All right, what do you know also about tigers? Tigers usually live in groups of 2 to 3, 1, 5 to 7, or 10 to 12. Tigers usually live in groups of 2 to 3, 1, 5 to 7, or 10 to 12. I see, hey, you guys are right. Big Bats Curse. Tigers do not live in permanent groups, apparently, like lions do. Lions live in groups. Tigers live alone. With the exception of females who are raising cubs, tiger cubs. Most adult tigers, though, actually live alone. Isn't that crazy? I didn't know that. What is the largest subspecies of tigers? Is it the Bengal tiger? Is it the Caspian tiger? Is it the Sumatran tiger or the Siberian tiger? What is the largest subspecies of tigers? Hello, welcome in, everybody. Bengal? It is not the Bengal, although that's a good guess in my opinion as well. Maybe the Siberian? It is the Siberian tiger. An adult Siberian tiger can measure more than 10.5 feet from head to tail. And it can weigh up to, ready for this? 660 pounds. That's 300 kilograms for you Europeans and 660 pounds for you Americans and North Americans, etc. Yeah, it's massive. It's a massive cat. Hi, Tina Cat. Hello, welcome in, everybody. Loco, Marcus, welcome. All right. How fast can a tiger run? How fast can a tiger run? 25 to 35 miles per hour, 15 to 20, 35 to 40, or 45 to 50. Top badge, Eddie in the building. Prrr. How fast can a tiger run? All right, 45 to 50. Oh, that was a good guess. 35 to 40. 35 to 40 it is. Despite their immense weight, tigers, which we just found out tigers can weigh up to 660 pounds. So tigers can reach top speeds of 35 to 40 miles per hour. For you Europeans, oh, thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Fester. For you Europeans, that's 49 to 65 kilometers per hour, which is truly crazy. That's a truly crazy number, but can only sustain the speed for short distances. Thank you, Cats Roar. Yeah, it's wild. Tigers have spots on their blank that look like eyes. Is it their tails, their chest, their ears, or their paws? Thank you, Fester. Thank you, RS Rob. Let's go with their ears. Tigers have white spots on the back of both of their ears. Thank you, Pot Oven. On the back of both of their ears. Thank you, Curvy. Thank you, E-Baby. Which look like eyes. This tricks animals in general into thinking that the tiger is looking at them even when the tiger is not. Thank you, RS Rob. All right. What do you know what a group of tigers is called? A group of tigers is called a prowl, a claw, a pride, or a streak. What do you think a group of tigers is called? A pride? Let's go with pride, Vampire. No, it's not a pride. Thank you, Chaos Cat. A prowl? It's not a prowl. So we got claw and streak. Let's go with streak. Curvy Goddess, you are correct. Although tigers apparently are solitary creatures and prefer not to gather in groups, they are sometimes forced to dwell together in captivity and when a mother is caring for her young. In such cases, a group of tigers is called a streak or an ambush. Yeah. Oh, you can get a little ambush on. The night vision of a tiger is how many times better than that of a human? If you've ever met a tiger in the wilderness, okay, they can see in the dark how much better than you. Is it 4 times better? Is it 2 times? Is it 8 times? Or is it 6 times better? Is it 4, 2, 8, or 6? I'm going to go with 4. It's not the 4. Thank you, E-Baby. Is it the 8? It is not 8. We got 2 or 6. 2 or 6. Who's going with 2? All right. It's not 2. So that means it's 6. Tigers require only 1/6 of the amount of sunlight or light in general than humans do to see clearly. That, folks, is incredible. 1/6 the light? What? That's crazy. Most tigers have the color eyes of blue, green, brown, or yellow. Blue, green, brown, or yellow. Like most tigers are likely to have what color eyes? Brown? Good guess, but it's not it. Yellow? Ooh, yellow it is. Thank you, Shelby. Welcome in, everybody, to Meow and Me. I got a little sore throat today. Thank you, Big Rig. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you guys for all the gifts as well. Generally, tigers have yellow eyes with black irises. The exception is the white tiger. A white tiger will typically have blue eyes like me. Maybe I'm part tiger. That's for Cats Roar, our pet correspondent at 9:45, you guys. Yeah, she's a roar. No, okay. Thank you, Big Bats. What percentage of tiger cubs survive in the wilderness? Is it 25, 75, 100, or 50%? What percentage of tiger cubs survive in the wilderness? I'm going to go with 25. Nope. 75? Nope, it's either 100 or 50. 100 seems a pretty excessive, so 50 it must be, correct? Tiger cubs are vulnerable in their first few months, with mortality rates as high as 50%, but sometimes even more. They may fall victims to things like attack dogs, leopards, snakes, or other tigers, even. So, all their mother's attention goes into keeping them alive and healthy when they're in the wilderness. All right, how many scent organs does a tiger have? How many scent organs does a tiger have? Like some of you may go around and thinking you're scenting things, but is it two, zero, three, or one? Link says three. It's not three. Is it two, Kitty? It is. I did an extra ding for you, Nat. In addition to the obvious nose, okay, tigers, like other carnivores, have a Jacobson's organ in the roof of their mouth, a pouch-like structure located directly behind their incisors in the front. It has two small openings that direct scent particles from the air to their nerves located within that structure. And then their nerves then transmit the message to the olfactory region in the brain that identifies scent. So this is one of the ways that tigers can really smell so much better. Now, this is our last question of the night for pet trivia. If you're coming in, welcome in. And then, Kirst, if you will, request the box. So we will see you in our special guest box here soon. What do you call a cross between a male lion, all right, and a tigress? A tigress. Rawr. Is it a liger? Is it a smilodon? Is it a tigon? Or is it a lions and a tigers cannot crossbreed? Lioness is not an option, okay? Not the lioness. I'm going to go with the tigon. No. The liger? Liger it is. Because the lion sire passes on a growth promoting gene, but the corresponding growth inhibiting gene from the female tiger is absent. Ligers grow far larger than either of the species, so they become massively large. So you guys, that ends up pet trivia for this week. If you're just coming into Meow Me, welcome. This is a featured pet show here on the platform. My special guest tonight is Kirst. She's going to be joining me here in the box. If you guys have questions, you sure can write them in the comments for her. All right, as long as they remain respectful, we will answer those questions. If they get wild, you'll be escorted out the door. Please make sure you favorite my special guest and all of the gifters up here on this gifter list, everybody. Absolutely, Nat. Hi, Kirst.
How's it going?
Good. Oh my God. Okay, what is this baby called in your hands right now?
This one's Creme Creme. He's the male.
Creme Creme is such a beautiful name.
Yes.
Thank you, almost good. Wow. So
Appreciate you.
pretty. And how did you come up with the name Creme Creme?
Well, when she comes over, I actually got her first, and then I went back out to get him, and I named her Caramel, and I was gonna call him Crema, but it ended up being a male, so Creme Creme for the male version.
I love that. I love it. And thank you guys for all of the gifts. And Kirst, how long have you had Creme Creme for?
I got them at the end of May. They were about 3 weeks old.
Oh, very tiny. Very
Oh
tiny.
yeah. Yeah, that
Wow.
first picture I sent of you with them in my hood, actually with the little heads popping out, that was the first day I got them.
Oh, so you see now at 3 weeks old, kittens are very little. Did you have to like bottle feed them or do any kind of special care?
Yeah, I actually stole him from a stray cat. It has two other cats in the litter. They're outside still, they're strays. We can barely get close to them. But bottle feeding wise, yes, and then actually teaching them to eat. It was actually the hardest I've ever had to wing any cats I've ever had in any litter, which I didn't understand why. But they actually have a Maine Coon in them that apparently is harder to wing if they're not being fed by their like parents, something I read. It was like a whole research. So I
Oh,
was they were
wow.
stuck on goat milk for a really long time.
So they're a mixed breed Maine Coon breed.
Maine Coon Siamese. The Siamese is like a Siamese mixed tabby. It's a stray, and then the dad big Norwegian orange Maine Coon at a house a few down that got out one night.
Got you. Okay. So they're like local. They're local
Hmm.
kitties then. They're like
Yeah,
they
my
were
mom found
prowling
them hiding.
around.
My mom found them hiding in the goat shed and sent me a picture, and 4 hours later I was out there catching them.
Wow.
Yeah,
So they literally, so where you got the pets is you heard them meowing, or how did you know they were in this goat shed?
my mom was out there like a week before, and the mom jumped out at her, scared the crap out of her. She knew that they had cats, but she didn't hear any of them, so she figured they're really small. And then, like that day, she went back out again, heard the meowing, and actually started looking around and saw him poking his eyes out, and that's where it all started. And then she
Oh,
sent me a
wow.
picture of her later, and I couldn't turn her down because I'm obsessed with calicos.
Oh, she's beautiful. She's a big fluffy baby. Now, what is this one's name?
This one's caramel.
Caramel. Oh,
Hey, baby.
oh,
Yeah,
she
baby.
talked to us.
Yeah,
She's
I
a
like talking.
tortie. Look, you guys love this, don't you? I love it. She's a beautiful tortie. What long, fluffy cat. Like, I love her fur.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
She's a calico for, yeah. The orange and the white and the black all mixed together. What a,
Do you
both
see
of them are
yourself in them?
gorgeous. Hmm?
Oh, she was looking at herself. She's a diva about that. She's been obsessed with mirrors since I got her.
Can she see herself in the camera, you think?
Hmm. Oh yeah, I normally have 3 or 4 devices up going, so they see themselves all the time and they're always up here checking themselves out.
Oh my God. Well, have you always had cats, Cursed, or was this your first go around as having?
Oh, no, I grew up with so many animals. My first ever, my mom got me like when I was a baby was a cat, and I had her for 19 years. But I mean, I had almost any kind of animal you could name. But the last round I had 4 cats at once with my ex-wife, and when I left, I took my oldest cat with me, and that was the last cat I had. So it was a lot different going from a farm of animals to one cat.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I would imagine it would make a like just the amount of time as well. You're here for the kitties. There are kitties. There's creme creme and caramel. So, and if you sometimes you may have to tap the screen to get rid of the words in order to see the kitties in the background. And this is Cursed. If you click on her name and hit her with a favorite, you could probably go to her stream anytime as well and see the kitties too. And she does stream here on the platform, everybody. So, so where did Caramel get Caramel's name? Is it because of the orange and the black?
Yeah, especially when she was a kitten, she just had those like thick markings and then really light markings underneath there. And I'm like, you look like a bunch of like different color caramels. And I'm like, I'm not gonna call you caramel because I hate the caramel caramel. And then it ended up sticking anyways.
Fair enough. I like that. What's your favorite thing about being a pet owner?
Um, the endless entertainment.
Um,
Even when they're
there.
making you mad, it's still pure entertainment.
I agree. I agree. They always have something that they're up to. And speaking of entertainment, do you have any naughty or funny stories that you can share with us with about creme creme or caramel?
Oh, I guess I have to think about naughty. I guess a funny thing, they're very good with their words because I train them. They go to like the pet store and everything with me, leashes and stuff. So, words I used accidentally one day teaching them hair roller, and now every time I hair roll myself, I have to hair roll them because it's a hair roller and it's their hair. So I have to make sure I use it enough so I don't rip their hair out. And if I don't use it, they just sit there and cry, and I'm like, gosh, okay, I'll get it out. So that's the thing. Be careful with the words you use around your cats.
They're smart. They know, they
Very,
know.
very.
Hmm. They definitely do. If you're coming into Meow and Me, welcome in. This is a featured pet show here on the platform. My special guest is Curse. This is Creme Creme and Caramel. Thank you for all the gifts. I can't always say thank you when you're sending gifts in the middle of the show, but I want to say special shout out. Thank you, Top
Oh,
Bag Ace March in the building and other featured show host here on the platform
appreciate you
as
guys.
well.
Good
Thank you
job.
so much for the gifts, everybody. Um, so I love that you've always had pets in your life. I think it's such an important part of just, having something to care about and be around you as well. Where do they sleep at night? Do they fight over you?
Okay, so funny thing about that, I'm allergic to cats. So it was very important when I got them that I had them like right up on my face so I could build that immunity and like taking them in the shower when they were little so many times it was obnoxious. So I was hoping that they would cuddle with me. No, these are the two cats in my life that don't want to cuddle with me while I sleep. They'll wake me up afterwards, like early in the morning, so they can have a moment of cuddles and then they go play and keep me up. Otherwise, I got this fuzzy blanket because, again, I weaned them really early. So they actually, well, give me a second.
Oh, she
Oh,
wants them treats. Oh,
yeah, she's
wow.
gonna push her brother out the way.
She's not playing
Here you go.
around with you either.
Right
Holy
here. It's
smokes.
underneath you. It's
Okay,
underneath
crumb,
you, right
crumb.
there. There you go. But yeah, so weaning them early, they suckle when they try and sleep, and I tried to get them like binkies and fuzzy things for them to suck on and toys. You know, they didn't want any of that. I bought them like cool bath rugs with those little balls on them. Didn't work. I went and bought a on sale blanket for myself one night at Walmart, and I left him alone, and he was about that big at the time. I turned my back for 5 minutes, and when I came back, it was like a 2 foot by 2 foot section that he slimed, just like suckling on the fuzz. And I was like, okay, we can't cuddle together anymore. You have your own fuzzy blanket. So that became theirs, and they sleep on it. They have the little Tide balls, and they'll sleep on their own sides right next to each other. I don't think I
Oh,
posted a picture of it, but I did post some pictures on my profile of them.
yeah. So, I mean, but that's like so sweet though, because then they have their own space in which they're in and snuggling and
And
stuff.
I can keep it clean, so I'm not mad about it, but it was kind of depressing when I like worked for that moment. But it
Yeah.
works because I can just wash that blanket and traveling with them and whatnot, it will make it easier. But it was kind of funny, so I had to go buy my own blanket again.
Giving up whole clothing things.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is
What
their
is their
favorite
favorite thing
sweater.
to do with you? Like out of all the things they do, what are the favorite things that they like to do with
Go
you?
into town with me.
They like to go riding with you? Like,
Oh yeah, they go and I just got in a argument with the girl at the dollar store today because she told me I couldn't have them in there, and I was like, you should have thought about that 7 months ago when I walked in here with them the first time. I'm like, I've been here like every week, and now you're gonna say something. So it was kind of a thing, but no, they go to the pet store, grocery stores, Walmart. I had a guy like full blown attack me and chase me around with his phone and yell at me to get out of Walmart. And they
Really?
just sit in the cart and ride around.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't tell. Like chasing you around Walmart is wild. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, do they go, so when you take them, do you take them in a car or do you take them like in a bike? A car? And
Car.
they just kind of get in the car and lay down?
If I were to walk out the front door, they're gonna want to run underneath the cherry tree and hang out there in the garden unless they know that I'm going on a car ride. So normally I'll just carry them out, but they're gun ho for it. Like even if we're out like walking at the park or something, they know the car to run to as well. And I have a bag for them. It's like a backpack suitcase with two cubbies, and they know to like jump into it. Like when I go to the pet store, if I yell up dog, they jump up in it so the dog won't get them. Like they have their whole learning episode with that when they didn't want to listen to me and a dog came around the corners. So they're really good with learning that.
Wow. So do they do other tricks besides like you being able to give them that command? Do they do all other tricks too?
He fetches.
Really?
Yeah, she does a little bit now, but she didn't understand the concept. He started off with these little red fuzzy like pom-pom balls out of the craft section, but now he fetches. Actually, it was my old cat's toy that I gave him. It's a little panda bear dog toy from the dollar store. I was just playing fetch with him earlier. Let me go grab it real quick, but he'll play with me.
Oh man. Hey, thank you, Shelby. Hi, Sailor. Thank you, Fairy. Welcome in, you guys. This is Meow and me. This is my special guest, Curse, with her two cats, Creme Creme and Caramel. And we were just kind of going over, she found them in a basically in the wilderness, like in a on a goat farm, an abandoned like goat shed, and she's had them since they were 3 weeks old. Just to bring you up to date, they're a Maine Coon mix. We'll see them here in just a second, you guys. And um, you know, she takes them with her everywhere, stores, when she goes out, and they're super happy to go on adventures with her. Thank you, Sailor. Hello, Bee. And so she's going to show us,
Hey,
I think,
Panda,
how they fetch. And
you ready?
the baby.
Ready, puppy? Go get it.
I love, I love this. I love this. And Curse, like, how long did it take you to teach him how to play fetch with you?
So that's happened a couple times on accident with different cats of mine. Never once have I tried training my cats to fetch. They just started it,
They just
and I
like
was like,
took off.
okay, yeah,
Wow, that's awesome. I mean,
baby, you're gonna
wow.
fall.
And then I noticed that you both of your cats have harnesses on them. Why do you have a
Yep.
harness on your cat?
I,
There she
they take them on
goes.
walks everywhere, so.
She just brought it back. She just brought it back, you guys.
Oh, he only brought it part way. I threw it up here to try and get him to come back. He's too distracted right now. Got a lot of
Oh,
excitement going on, but yeah, I mean, if you were to pop in here anytime, they're doing their thing for sure. They like to
I
kick me out of my seat.
I love how crafty cats are, for real. Um,
Very.
do you take them
Hi,
for
thank
walks
you.
then, Cursed? Because of their harnesses? Do you have like
I
a
do.
gotcha?
Not around the neighborhood much anymore because there's been so many dogs out. Come on, come on.
He's saying, oh, look at how fluffy they are. It does make me want to pick them up and just smush them.
Oh
Like
yeah.
legitimately, they're so adorable. And a Siamese Maine Coon mix is just such a rare mixed combo of a breed of cat. Like, I feel like I've not heard of a Siamese Maine Coon mix very often, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not very often. I wish I would have posted those pictures, but their other sister is white like him, but she's got a black ear and a black eye and then a black patch on the end of her tail. Like she kind of has like a calico with like a Siamese point black on her ears.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I like it, and just the way she definitely engages with you as well. Do they have any bad habits, Cursed?
Waking me up at 5 every morning, no matter what, just so I can tuck them in and they can do like this adorable kneading process, and then 2 minutes later run around for 2 hours for no reason. Like, why did I tuck you in? We could have done that last night. I don't understand that, but they do that.
Every morning at 5 a.m.?
5 a.m. It doesn't matter if you go to bed at 8 p.m., 2 a.m., it's like 5 o'clock every day.
They get the zoomies? Do they zoom around?
So I would suspect that would be like the case, but normally, like when you get zoomies like that, it's like the natural reaction to basically go to the bathroom, and that's not when they go to the bathroom. Sorry, not sorry, everybody, for the information.
No, that's just what happens. I mean,
But yeah, no, it's kind of crazy that they don't though. It's never been a thing at 5 a.m.
and that's incredible. It's truly incredible. Hey Kay, what thank you, Kay. Hello everybody, welcome in. W- so I would definitely would call that a bad habit. 5
Yeah,
a.m.
baby.
wake up call when you don't have to be
Oh
up
yeah.
at 5 a.m. is
Oh yeah. He'll
definitely.
come just crush you and like just walk over you and scream until you get up.
Yeah, Chuck Norris is that way. Chuck Norris is that way for sure. Um, like I think teach our pets teach us lessons about
I know you
ourselves as
got lots of
well.
energy.
What lessons have your pets taught you?
Patience. Lots of patience and lots of practice, and don't let any animal, I don't know the right word for it, but I don't know, scare you. I'll even say that in a whole fear of spiders. You guys will see me terrified of spiders, but I can still respect them in a way.
I feel that. Like, and two patients, yeah, especially at 5 a.m. and you want to sleep. And they're like, hey, what are you doing? You know, why don't we get up? Why don't we get up right now?
Yep.
No,
It's
no,
a new
thank
thing
you.
now. I just get up, make some matcha, go live, let them run it out. No, I might take a nap later instead. I guess it's a good thing. I'm not going to complain about it because I'm not one to really stick with routine. I'm always all over the place and I want to travel. And my big thing about traveling is being able to see sunrise and sunset everywhere. Like the beauty of it always looks different. The minute I got in a car and started traveling, that was what I loved. So if they keep me up all the time at 5 a.m., we're getting somewhere.
I definitely feel that. Yeah. I I mean, what do you think about pets reading emotions? Do you think they can tell when you're happy, sad, and how
Oh,
does
yeah.
that look for you?
Actually, one of my last cats, um, that I had to put down. She was three-legged and she was my companion pet. She was with me through severe migraines and everything and all that. And she would lay around my head and purr really loud
You
because the
whore.
vibration of the purrs are actually healing.
Her, man.
And she knew every time it was bad or when I'd have an asthma attack, she'd lay on my chest so I could like feel that vibration and start breathing better. So for that aspect, yeah, that was a big thing when I went out without like any animals for a year and a half ever in my life. It was a life lesson, and I took it knowing that I needed to learn it. But they definitely do a lot for you, and they can read what you're going through. Like one day when I was in the store with really bad anxiety, which is a big thing why I want them to go in stores with me. Um, it was my fault and we had to work through it. It's been a process. But I started laughing one time when he started crying in a house that I was cleaning and it echoed. And so they started testing their vocals throughout the house. And me and my mom were just dying of laughter. And it was the funniest thing. But I was having anxiety at the same time, so they picked up on that feeling. Later on, when I was in the store, I had anxiety, and in order to trigger me to get me to laugh, they immediately started screaming, thinking it would make me laugh because it echoed, and it just made it worse. So I had to go through like a whole process of actually taking them to the pet store for a while again and getting them used to not screaming like that.
Yeah, no, you know what? That's so perceptive of them as well. Like extremely perceptive. You said something about taking the cats in the shower when they were tiny.
Hmm.
Do you shower them still now, or
Oh
would
yeah.
do they go in the shower with you, or do they just like hop in behind you?
I'll typically take a quick shower first just so I can get them in with some warm water and then I'll have a chance to rinse off so I don't like have allergic reaction with all of it. But
Very
yeah,
nice.
they'll go in. I have a because it's two of them, normally I would do like one at a time when I had four cats every once in a while. But with them I want to upkeep on them because they're gonna be out, outdoors and stuff. So it's very important that they're getting baths, not picking up anything out there, bugs and whatnot. So they have a like a suction cup hook thing that I put on the side of the bathtub and just sit them there. Actually, one time I put Caramel, which she's still small enough, but she's pretty big. But I could actually put her on that like corners like stand that you have in the shower. I
Yeah.
just cleaned off one of the racks and sat her on it and hooked her up to it and gave her a bath on there. He can't. He's like twice the weight of her and or sorry, three times the weight of her and twice the size. So he would break it, but I've hooked her
Yeah.
on that before.
I mean, do when you get them out, thank you, E baby. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. When you get them out, do you towel dry them, or how do you do that? Do you blow dry them, or do you let them air dry? And like, what do they do?
Um,
They let you? Do they let you like kind of dry them off, or do they get spicy? Like, I just kind
oh,
of, I don't
they'll
know, but
always
I
get
feel like,
spicy. I just don't give an option. I don't want my
oh,
cats running around wet, so you're gonna sit down and I'm gonna brush you out. But after like probably two, three times, they realized that like me sitting there with a brush and a blow dryer fluffing them up was less work for them, and they actually started to enjoy it. A lot of it's just the noise. I actually have like one of those mini blow dryers you get from like hotels and stuff. It's a lot lower voltage and it's not as loud, and you can have it on a really low heat. So I can sit there like on the bed after a shower and just fluff them up with like the bristle brush, and they'll dry off pretty quick.
and I was gonna say, we were talking about different brushes the other day, and I see you found it.
I did. It was great. It was sitting right there too. Like 2 minutes later, I looked in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, yep, that would happen.
It- but it's so interesting, right? Um, Now, do they go around any other pets besides just each other, or do they have like any dog friends or duck friends? I don't know.
Um, yes. So this room down here is like a front room and it's like my streaming smoke room. So they're out here with me. My mom has four dogs. My brother and his girl have a dog. The little Chihuahua does come out here and hang out with them. She's deaf though, so they haven't really figured out how to play. And the only other cat that she really got to get close to was my blind cat. And when they met, that was a whole ordeal because it was like a lot of screaming and nobody knew what was going on. So the Chihuahua doesn't know how to play, so she just kind of comes out here and jumps around. They just watch her. That's really their most interaction with the dog. I tried to introduce them one time at a pet store, and they hissed at the dog, and the dog tucked its tail between its legs and turned around and cried. It was very sad. I was like, you guys are so mean. That poor lab. So we haven't tried that again because I felt so bad.
Yeah.
And then they have, of course, the strays now because they've found out that we stole them and whatnot. There's been a few up at the front door here, and they like stare at each other through there and they scream and like, how come we can't go out? They get to be out there. I made a catio that goes right outside on the side of the wall over here, or window, I should say, because it's all glass, and they can go outside the doggy door there. But
Oh,
that's
very
that's it.
interesting.
Otherwise, all the other dogs would eat them. So I have to be very
Yeah.
careful. They go right to my room after I leave from here.
Oh, see, that's very good though. I like that you have a whole catio for them to like be out and about, you know.
Hmm.
That's really nice. That's they're living the life, you know. What do you think the worst part about being a pet owner is?
The cost,
Yeah.
like even if you avoid just the in general cost, the medical overall all cost is obnoxious. Like there's absolutely no point for the cost that they give you.
Hmm. Yeah, it is expensive. Well, okay, we're coming down to the last couple minutes together, and I want to give you a chance to talk about when you stream and what you're doing on your stream. Would you let us know when you're streaming and, what can people expect if they pop in and see you in your stream?
Um, I'm streaming a lot throughout the day, most times in the early evenings right now, just with some things I have going on. And then I do jump on for an hour to 3 hours in the morning, give or take. I do have a faves party with DJ Smooth Blends. We do verses on Wednesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm trying to start a game night, but gotta have enough people to show up and jump in the box for that. So I've got a lot of different games, but I gotta have enough people. So we'll see when that comes around.
I like that you're putting it out there too, though. And then is your like Instagram linked in your bio if somebody wanted to like follow you on IG? Okay, bet. So if you
Yep.
guys want to follow
Let
Cursed
me
on
know
IG,
though.
what's that?
Let me know though, because there's some weird names that pop up. If I don't recognize your name, I won't add you. Sorry. You have to tell me. You're just gonna sit there and wait until you come in and be like, you didn't add me. And I'll be like, okay, well, what was it?
Yeah, well, we don't know you. Okay, bet enough. Curtis, do you have anything else you want to share before I let you out of the box and have Cat's Roar come up with pets in the news?
No, I don't believe so. I just want to say thank you and appreciate you letting us on here. Sorry, I just snatched both of them. Bye.
Oh, the babies. Yes.
You are
Thank you,
so big.
Crumb Crumb. Thank you, Caramel. Thank you, Cursed. Oh, they are so babies. I love them. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you out of the box here now. And in Cat's Roar, if you could please request the box, and we will get together with Pets in the News now. If you're just coming into Meow and Me, Meow means make each one wanted. We are a weekly pet show here on the platform, and it's all things pet. We start off with some pet trivia. I have a special pet guest, and Curse was my special pet guest tonight. And now we're going to do Pets in the News, you all. Please take a moment to favorite Curse, favorite Cat's Roar. Hello, cats.
Happy Monday.
Oh, do
Hi,
we want to go
everybody.
medium or small or big? I'll do big, and you let me know if it bugs you. We'll make it medium.
Okay. No, this is good. This is
Okay,
good. All right. So we're gonna just get into it.
let's
The
get
first
into
thing is that since
it.
we just met some awesome cats, we're still gonna talk about some cats. Let's talk about the most popular cat names for 2024. Now,
Ooh, what
I
are
know the year
they?
hasn't ended, but they've already come up with a list. So, one thing to consider, and I think this is true of all pets, is that, we tend to name our pets a reflection of us, either what we like. It could be food, it could be music, it could be entertainment, it could be your favorite color, whatever it is. So what they did was Rover, if you've ever heard of that, it's like an animal. They do research, they sell stuff, a little bit of everything. They kind of went into their database of pet names, specifically cats, and they created some top lists for male and female cats.
Oh, I cannot wait
So,
to hear this.
So starting with male cats, the #1 name for 2024 was Leo.
Interesting. Leo.
Right.
Like the lion.
Like the lion. Milo was #2.
Milo. Okay.
Simba, again, not too much of a surprise. Simba,
Not
but
too
you know what? I've never met a cat in real life named Simba. Just me.
Leo, Milo, and Simba. Okay.
Charlie was #4.
Charlie. That's a surprise. Okay.
And then we'll go, there's 10, but we'll go with just 5. #5 is Loki.
Loki, like the wizard? Like on the Marvel superhero? Are guys getting pets nowadays? I mean, like, holy smokes, it's Loki. There's a Loki in the comments. What? Loki,
Yes,
did you hear that? #5 all-time pet names for you.
Loki, yeah, I don't know. So let's talk about female cat names.
All right, let's hear them.
What do you think is a popular cat name for females?
Oh, Princess?
Okay. Princess did not make the list, but #1 was Luna.
Luna. Ooh, okay, Luna.
A lot of Lunas out there. #2, still going on the L part, Lily, popular cat name, #2.
Lily for the kitty cat name. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Lily and Luna. Okay.
#3 was Bella. And you know what? I've met a lot of Bellas of many different species. That Bella does seem to be like a really popular name.
Yeah, and we have a Bella that comes in here. She was just here earlier. Bella, did you hear this? Their cats, the cats are being named after you, Bella.
Who knew? Who knew? And you know what? Twilight, I think there was a character named Bella that was popular. So maybe it has something to do with that. Thank you. #4 is Willow.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting. I would not have expected that one at all. Does Willow come to mind for female cats for you cats?
Maybe black cats. I could see a black cat named called Willow.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Willow.
And then #5, which is a very popular name, and it was a very popular dog name, and I even had a dog with this name, is Lucy.
Lucy. Oh, I like that. That could go either way. Male, female, you know. Oh no, there's a Willow here too. This is getting crazy. You guys are all named after cats. You know that, right?
It's got to be
or
something.
Was it cats? It was dogs or cats, whatever. It's pets.
But yeah, so those are just some of the top names for cats this year. So I thought that was kind of cool. Want to transition to a little bit about dogs, but I think this study could really pertain to any pet, because for any animal lover, I think when we are in pain or we're ill or we're just not doing well, I know that I personally find a lot of solace in, spending time with my pets. So in Canada, they did this study where they went into an emergency room and they went in with a therapy dog, and for people who were in extreme physical pain. And they did research to see, because everybody, like I just said, everybody thinks their dog, could solve, world hunger. And you know what? All our dogs and all of our pets can, but now we actually have the research to back that up. And what they found was that 43% of people that they interviewed said that they had a reduction in pain after spending just 10 minutes with a therapy dog in an emergency room setting. 48% said they had a reduction in anxiety. 46% said a reduction in depression. And then last but not least, 41% said improvement in their well-being. And that's only after 10 minutes with a therapy animal. So I think that says a lot. I mean, I know that sometimes when I go into like nursing homes or things like that, you see therapy animals, but it definitely says something. Those are big numbers to be reported.
Yeah, massive. Like, can you say those numbers one more time, Cats? I just want to make sure I kind of lock them in my brain.
Yeah, so they said 43% said they had a reduction in pain, 48% a reduction in anxiety, 46% a reduction in depression, and 41% said improvement in well-being.
After only 10 minutes.
Yep. Now, I'm sure if there are any Canadians here, it also helps that there's universal health care in Canada, so they're probably a little less stressed. But I know, I think it says a lot. I think there needs to be more done about any kind of pet, cats, dogs. I mean, I've seen llamas go into nursing homes as therapy pets. You know, you name it, it's kind of interesting, you know, what they can do.
I'm just incredibly impressed that they decided to do a research study like this as well. And
Yeah.
and on top of it, just the incredible these numbers are staggering. Like
Yeah, those
these
are
are
big numbers.
staggering numbers.
Absolutely.
Impressive. Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know if I was in the ER, I feel like I would enjoy having a pet just pet while I'm there. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Thank you for all the gifts, you guys. Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and then I just have one last story that I thought was kind of funny. You know, we talk a lot about usual pets, meaning, you know, we have cats, we have dogs, maybe we have a guinea pig or a parrot or whatever, but there are a lot of unusual pets that are actually legal in the United States that maybe you didn't know about. Not so much you didn't know about the pets, but that you didn't know that they were legal. And they aren't legal in every state. So if you're interested in any of these animals, you know, check online. But are any of you familiar with a capybara? Anyone seen this before? Kind of a handsome fellow. Anyone seen these before? In my opinion, they look like a giant 140-pound guinea pig, and they like to swim. But has anybody seen these before?
I've seen one on the internet or whatever, but I've like it looks like a big guinea pig, yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Yes, and they can weigh up to 140 pounds. They come from South America. And a gross fact, but kind of interesting, is that they are technically the largest rodent in the world. So it's kind of like a big, fuzzy, cute rat that weighs 140 pounds, but that's okay. So yeah, you might be able to own one of these in your state.
What do they eat?
I don't know.
Oh, that's fair. I don't know either. I don't know either, but I know
I don't believe that they are carnivorous. I do believe that they only eat, you know, vegetables and things of that nature. But I do know that they like to swim. So if you do have one of these at home, you need to get more than just like a kitty size pool, but they like to swim every single day. So it's really important that if you decide on a capybara, to make sure that you have the proper swimming equipment.
I wonder if they're affectionate. Now I would love to meet somebody who owns one.
You know, this is going to sound funny, but I've seen, I follow a lot of animal rescues, and there's a rescue somewhere out west that has everything from dogs to capybaras to some other animals. And the capybaras actually serve as like surrogate mothers. Now they don't nurse the dogs, but surrogate mothers to puppies that come in. So they are affectionate, maybe not so much to humans, but certainly to other animals.
Incredible. I love it. I love it.
That's kind of cool. Have you ever seen one of these?
No.
This is called a serval or serval. I'm gonna go with serval.
Oh, a serval. Yeah.
Very pretty animal, certainly in the cat family. They come from Africa, Central and Southern Africa. They can live to almost about 20 years old. And they're the most, in the wild, they are the most successful hunters of all wild cats, making 1 kill for every 2 attempts to capture prey. So kind of an interesting fact, and interesting that these, like I said, are legal in some states to have as pets.
Wow. It's a serval, Franco, not a hyena. Interesting. Very interesting. They're beautiful, aren't they? They're gorgeous.
Beautiful animal. I'd be scared it would rip my nose off, but it's very, very beautiful.
But if you were going to be one of the two, yeah.
Do we have any Australians in the show tonight?
R.S. Rob is an Australian. He's an Aussie.
So, have you ever seen one of these? It's not a kangaroo.
I don't know what it is. It looks like I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It's called a wallaroo. So it is part kangaroo and part wallaby. So it's not quite as big as a kangaroo and like not quite as small as a wallaby. So kind of a crossover.
Interesting, cats. This is incredible. It's a wallaroo.
Yeah, and they live for about 20 years, so they do have a, a little bit longer lifespan. And of course, they come from Australia, but they are legal in some states to have as pets.
Oh, could you just see one with a leash on it?
I think, yeah, they're cute. I mean, I don't know. They might punch you in your head. I always see kangaroos that they're very. So I tend to have pets that like to inflict a little pain on me. So if I had one, it'd probably punch me in my head. But hopefully not. Hopefully not. Just saying, it's true. And then we just have one. I have one more pet for you. And some of you might be more familiar with this. This is called a fennec fox. I don't know if you can see that.
Pretty. That's so pretty.
You've probably seen online that a lot of people do domesticate foxes, not particularly this kind of fox in the United States, but this is an African fox as well. They live about 16 years. And oops, they hunt at night, and they use their large ears to listen for prey that are burying underground. So they listen for bugs and things in the ground. They can hear them, or rodents. Those are that's their primary diet. And they use these big ears to be able to listen to them underground. So kind of cool. Like I said, you see a lot of foxes, or at least I have on the news, where people domesticate them, but they're not quite this kind.
Yeah. What kind of fox is it again?
It's called a fennec fox, which is FENNEC.
It looks like it's like, pointy nose. It looks like a raccoon almost in some ways. You know what I mean?
Yes, and that little little note. Yes,
The little nose thing. I don't know. It just is incredible. Well, there's a lot of exotic pets. I love this. I love this so much.
So something different.
I love that. And Cats Roar, when do you stream and where can people find you?
Sure. So I usually stream Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, usually in the evening. So let's say from 10 o'clock on. But I do, host some events throughout the month, trying to come up with some ideas for what's next. But that's your best way to find me.
Yeah, and if you guys take a moment, if you click on her name up here in the top right-hand corner, you'll be able to hit her with a favorite when it opens up her profile. And hit her with a favorite and go check her out, you guys, on Thursday, Fridays, or Saturdays. Thank you, Cats, for the pets in the news. That was lit.
Thank you. And thanks, everybody. And thanks for the gifts and your support. I appreciate you all.
Yeah, I love it. So that wraps up this week's Meow and Me, okay? And I want to say thank you, Cats, and I'm gonna make you like medium, let you out of the box. And this wraps up our week here as our featured show. Every week, Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we get started. We always have a special guest. We always have pets in the news with Cats Roar, and we always do a little pet trivia along the way. I am your host, Kitty Commander, here every Monday night. Meow means make each one wanted. It is an all pets show. So if you have a pet and you want to be on the show, all you have to do is hit myself up or Emoji J up and on Instagram, let us know, or just come into my stream and let me know. Now, if you do have a pet and you want to submit them for Pet of the Week, we also do have a Pet of the Week, just nobody has submitted a picture of their pet to be Pet of the Week. So remember, if you submit a picture of your pet, write their name down, send it to me and tell me you want to be Pet of the Week, and we will get you as our Pet of the Week here on the Meet Me platform. Okay, so other than that, that's all we got for you this week with Meow and Me. I want to just thank everybody for coming. Thank you to all these amazing gifters: Top Badge Eddie, Top Badge Ace Marsh, E-Baby, Almost Good Live, all RS Sprub, Chaos Cat, MZ, Big Bats, Cats Roar, Dada Sheesh, King's Temptation, Ms. J, is that as well, Italian Chica. You guys can go down the whole list yourselves. Go favorite them. They're all amazing people here on the platform as well. So that ends us up tonight on Meow and Me. I am still going to carry on streaming so I can get my 2-hour challenge done tonight. but I gotta change my profile picture as well. So I'm gonna change my profile picture right now. This is something they make me do this because it is the way. It is, what is this? This is the way. Is this how they say it? This is the way. So I want to just thank you guys for your time so much, for hanging out as well. So that's it. I got my profile picture changed now, and we are just gonna